do a nice little slow class this morning. It's getting a little bit colder in the weather, so we just want to take a bit of time to warm up as well. So straight out of bed probably. So if you found your comfortable seat, just allowing yourself to just become aware of the seat bones, in touch with the floor, or maybe you're even sitting up on a pillow or a block just to elevate your hips slightly. So just becoming aware of the parts of your body that's in contact with the seat below you. Just your hands resting in your lap, or maybe on your thighs, gently closing the eyes. And the inhale allows the spine to gently lengthen upwards. Gently tuck off the chin to the chest. And the exhale, imagine grounding a little bit deeper through your seat bones every time you exhale. If you can, just gently soften the muscles in the face, the eyes, the lips, the tongue, the jaw. Just softly unclenching the teeth. Just noticing the quality of your breath this morning. Is it slow? Is it fast? Is it deep or shallow? Maybe it flows nicely, or maybe it's a little bit uneven. Just allowing yourself to just be the observer to your breath, just noticing, not having to change it in any way. The inhale allows you to lengthen yourself out of your seat. The exhale gives you the opportunity to ground a little bit deeper through the seat bones, anchoring yourself in this morning's practice. And then on your next inhale, gently start lengthening the breath, feeling that expansion of the belly as you inhale, and the contraction of the belly as you exhale. If you like, applying your Ujjayi breath. If you're not quite sure what the Ujjayi breath, that's fine. Just continuing your full yogic breath, where you feel the expansion of the belly on the inhale. If you're filling yourself like a glass of water from the bottom up. And the contraction of the belly as you exhale, emptying yourself from the top down. And as you're sitting here in meditation, just noticing anything that's present for you, whether it's on the physical platform, whether there's thoughts or emotions there. And again, just allowing yourself that little step back in your mind so that you can be the observer to your own yoga practice, and not necessarily going to the story of any physical aches or the story of any thoughts or emotions that are present. And just slowly letting the lengthened breath go and just returning to your natural breath rhythm. Just wiggling the fingers gently, the toes. And then as you inhale next, reaching the arms to the ceiling. And at the top of the inhale, holding the breath. Gentle tuck of the tailbone, belly button towards the spine, rolling the shoulders back and down, chin to the chest. And when you can't hold your breath any longer, just exhaling through the mouth, dropping the hands back into your lap. And again, inhaling, reaching the arms. And then holding your breath at the top of your inhale, maybe lengthening one arm upwards, then the other. So if you're climbing up a rope, just getting that nice, juicy space between the ribs, alternating the sides. And then when you can't hold the breath any longer, exhaling, dropping your hands. And last one, inhaling, reaching, holding the breath. And in your own time, exhaling. Beautiful. And gently just opening the eyes. And then making your way onto all fours. Putting any props to the side of the mat. If it's okay, if you got socks, maybe taking your socks off. I'm taking mine off just to get a little bit of a better grip. I'm just going to do a few cats and cows to gently warm up the spine. So as you inhale, just lowering the belly, slight pull of the belly button towards the spine, still arching the back, rolling the shoulders back, looking up. And as you exhale, rounding the upper back, chin to the chest, tucking the tailbone, pushing the heart towards the shoulder blades or the spine between the shoulder blades. Inhaling, coming into your cow pose. Exhaling, cat pose. Just moving between these two poses in your own breath rhythm. So allowing for your full inhale and for your full exhale. Maybe spreading the fingers so you can engage your hands to protect your wrists. And then just slowly coming back to center. And then as you inhale, leaning over to the left and forward. And as you exhale, leaning over to the right and back. So coming into some rotations here of the hips. Cosmic cat. Inhaling to the left and forwards. Exhaling to the right and back. And you can make these rotations or these circles as big or as small as is comfortable for you this morning. Maybe there's less mobility this early in the morning, but just going with whatever feels comfortable for your physical structure this morning. So it's a good opportunity to really tune into your body and the physical or the signals that your body is giving you. Where do you need to take the movement? Maybe they're big. Maybe incorporating the shoulders, the upper back, or maybe they're quite small. And then in your own time, just changing direction. Going the opposite way, inhaling to the right and forwards this time. Exhaling to the left and back. Again, just allowing for your full inhale and for your full exhale. And gently coming back to center. Now this time, Really engaging your hands, so spreading the fingers as if you're grabbing hold of the mat, and then straighten your right leg along the mat behind you, making sure that the wrists are stacked directly underneath your shoulders. Now on your next inhale, just tucking the tailbone, pulling the belly button towards the spine, and then lift the right foot off the floor. Really engaging your pelvic floor. Now you can stay here, or on your next inhale, raising the left hand, reaching it out in front of you. Staying with your breath, so allowing for your full inhale and for your full exhale. Now on your next exhale, we're going to draw the right knee and the left elbow together, rounding the upper back. As you inhale, straightening the arm and the leg. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, straightening. Just one more time. And inhale. And then as you exhale, gently lowering the left hand and the right knee to the floor. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And releasing through the mouth. And then straightening the left leg along the floor. Really engaging your hands here, particularly that left hand. Now on your next inhale, lifting the left foot off the floor. Gentle tuck of the tailbone, engaging your pelvic floor. Rounding the shoulders away from the ears. Now you can stay, or on your next inhale, reaching the right arm out in front of you. Staying with your breath. And then on your next exhale, I'm going to bend the left knee towards the right elbow, rounding the upper back. Inhaling, straightening the leg and the arm. Exhale, rounding. Inhaling, straightening. And exhaling, last one, rounding the upper back. Inhaling. And as you exhale, lower the right hand, left knee to the floor. Beautiful. Again, engaging those hands, tucking the toes under, then tucking the tailbone, pulling the belly button towards the spine. So it's just a little bit of core this morning. Now on your next inhale, lifting the knees off the floor. Now making sure that your shoulders are stacked directly over your wrists. So going into a knee bend plank here. Engaging your core, pulling the belly button towards the spine. Now with your knees still bent, as you exhale, you're going to push yourself back into a knees bent down dog. Now stepping the feet hip width apart, bending the knees so much that your belly might even come to rest on your thighs. Rolling the shoulders away from the ears towards the armpits, releasing the head, taking a deep breath in through the nose. And exhaling through the mouth. Now from here, if you can still keep that nice juicy length in the torso and the ribs, start walking out, straightening one leg then the other. And gently start walking it out on the mat in your first down dog. And then in your own time, just coming to stillness in your down dog, taking a deep breath in through the nose, flushing it out through the mouth. And then at the end of your next exhale, just looking forwards, and then on no breath, just stepping the feet between the hands. Now as you inhale, coming into your halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. You're going to do that a few more times. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, forward fold. This time interlocking the hands behind your lower back. And as you inhale, halfway lift, lifting the arms as well. Exhaling, forward fold. And again, inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. So the inhale, feel that gentle lengthen of the spine. And as you exhale, maybe releasing the arms a little bit closer to the front of the mat, but without forcing. So just allowing the breath. And also make sure that your knees are bent here, so your belly is resting on your thighs, chin to the chest. Staying with your Ujjayi breath or your full yogic breath. And then on your next exhale, gently lowering the hands back down to the floor. As you inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. And inhale, bending the knees even further and gently making your way up to standing your first mountain pose this morning, reaching the arms. And then as you exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Now taking a deep breath in through the nose here. Exhaling through the mouth. Releasing the hands. And just come to stillness for a few breaths here. Just noticing any physical sensations that might be present. Maybe a little bit of heat. Maybe some tingling. Pins and needles. Maybe the heart beating a little bit faster. So just noticing whatever's going on the physical plane. And then on your next inhale, gonna reach the arms up to the ceiling, making yourself ready for the first sun salute this morning. As you exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, bending the knees here if you need to release your lower back. Inhaling halfway. And then as you exhale, stepping the feet to the back of the mat, pushing yourself back, down dog. Now as you inhale, come forward to plank. And then lower the hips to the floor, rounding the shoulders back, looking up into your up dog. As you exhale, pulling the belly button towards the spine, pushing yourself back, down dog. If you like, deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Just coming to stillness in your down dog for a few breaths here. Just notice when you come to stillness in a pose, where does your mind go? Is your attention in your head or is your attention in the breath? Allowing for that full inhale and for that full exhale as you're in your down dog. At the end of your next exhale, just looking forwards, and on no breath, stepping the feet between the hands. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, making your way up to Tadasana, reaching the arms to the ceiling. As you exhale, hands to the heart. Releasing the hands. Next inhale, reaching the arms to the ceiling. Exhaling, forward fold, gentle bend in the knees if you need to. Inhale halfway. Now as you exhale, stepping the right foot to the back of the mat, lowering the right knee and tucking the right toes. As you inhale, reaching the arms to the ceiling, coming into your low lunge. Now the exhale, allow the shoulders to settle back and down and for yourself to settle into your hips. But you don't want to collapse into your pelvic floor. So apply a gentle tuck of your tailbone to engage your pelvic floor here. Now you can look straight ahead, or if you like to look up to the ceiling, if that's okay for your neck. Now you can stay on your next exhale, maybe reaching the arms a little bit further into a deeper back bend. Now just making sure that you can still breathe, so you can still feel your Ujjayi breath, that full yogic breath. And next inhale, feel in your back bend, coming back to straight. And then gently lowering the right hand to the side of the thigh. And as you exhale, leaning the left hand over to the right. So coming into a bit of a side stretch here. Next inhale, both arms back to the ceiling. And as you exhale, just lowering the left hand to the back of the right thigh. And as you exhale, leaning the right hand over to the left. Making sure that you just releasing the shoulders back and down. Just to create some space between the ear and the shoulder. Next inhale, both arms to the ceiling. And as you exhale, framing that front foot, tucking the right toes under and stepping the left foot next to the right, pushing back down dog. Inhaling, coming forward to plank, lowering the hips, rounding the shoulders back, up dog. As you exhale, down dog, gentle engagement of the belly button there as you push back into your down dog. If you like, taking a deep breath in through the nose, flushing it out through your mouth. And again, just allow yourself to settle in your down dog. And then on your next inhale, placing the right foot between the hands, the front of the mat, lowering the left knee and tucking the left toes. As you inhale, reaching the arms to the ceiling, coming into your low lunge on the other side. Allowing yourself to settle, releasing the shoulders back and down, settle into that left hip. Just making sure that you have a gentle tuck of the tailbone to engage your pelvic floor. Now you can look straight ahead, or if you'd like to look up to the ceiling, and then on your next exhale, just lean a bit further back into your back bend. You can do that, but just making sure that you can still feel the breath in the belly. Now if you've lost your breath and you find that you're holding your breath, just easing back, just easing off the pose. So the breath is always the best indicator to know if you've gone too far in a pose, whether you need to back off or not. Next inhale, bringing the arms back up, looking straight ahead. Then as you exhale, lowering the left hand, the left thigh. And as you exhale, reaching over to the left, getting that nice stretch in the right side. Next inhale, both arms to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, lowering the right hand to the back of the left thigh. And as you exhale, leaning over to your right. Feeling that nice juicy opening along the whole left side. Next inhale, both arms to the ceiling. Then as you exhale, framing the front foot, tucking the back toes, and then on no breath, stepping the left foot between the hands. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, coming up to your mountain pose, reaching the arms. Exhaling, palms together in front of the heart. And straight away, inhaling, reaching the arms. Exhaling, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhaling halfway. And exhaling, stepping both feet to the back of the mat, pushing back into your down dog. Inhaling to come forward to plank, lowering the hips, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. If you need to, breathing in through the nose and releasing through the mouth, just flushing it out. Just a few more breaths here in stillness in your Adho Mukha, down dog. And then on your next exhale, just lowering the knees to the floor, untucking the toes, and then sitting back onto your heels. Coming into your child's pose. Just allowing the exhale to perhaps make you melt a little bit deeper into the mat as you relax in your child's pose. Now we're just going to have a gentle counter pose to the wrists after all those chaturangas. So going to lift the palms of the hands off the floor, elbows off the floor, really engaging the arms. So you're just resting on your fingertips. So you're bending your wrist the opposite way. Now as you inhale, just allow that inhale just to gently open the back of the body, the sides of the ribs, feeling the expansion, the armpits over the shoulders, down along the arms, into your hands, all the way to your fingertips, grounding. And then when you're ready, just gently releasing the elbows down, palms back down. Now if you'd like to release the arms down by the side, that will give a bit of a deeper release to your shoulders. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And releasing through the mouth. And just noticing here, as you come to stillness in a pose, where's your attention? Is your attention in your head? Or is it still in your breath? And then on your next inhale, simply placing the palms underneath the shoulders and then pushing yourself up onto all fours. Then tucking the toes under, just allowing the big toes to touch, and then just fanning the other toes out to the side, and then coming to sitting back onto your heels. Now this might be, or it is quite a strong opening for the soles of the feet. So if at any point you feel any sharp pains in the knees or the feet or anywhere else, you can just release and come to standing on your knees. But for now, if it's okay, just sitting back onto your heels, gentle tuck of the tailbone, just pulling the belly button gently towards the spine. Taking a deep breath in through those soles of the feet, and as you exhale, just flushing out any discomfort. And then as you inhale, going to reach the arms out in front. We're going to have the right arm under the left, and then bending the right, and then bending the left. Now, if it's okay and your shoulders can stay square and even, you can twist so that the palms of the hands are also touching. And as you inhale, reaching the elbows up, pushing the hands away, and then lowering the shoulders back and down, chin to the chest. Just releasing the jaw, unclenching the teeth. So wherever you feel this pose the most, whether it's the soles of the feet, the shoulders, instead of going into the story of how this pose feels, see if you can just connect with the breath, allowing for your full inhale and for your full exhale, knowing that the inhale creates a bit of space and softness where it's needed, and then the exhale allowing for a little bit of release. And then gently releasing the hands, just shaking them down by the side. Then as you inhale, reaching the arms out in front again, this time the left under the right, bending the left, then bending the right. And again, if your palms can touch and your shoulders still stay square, that's great. As you inhale, lifting the elbows up, pushing the hands away, and then lowering the shoulders back down, chin to the chest. Allowing yourself to tune into the breath. Now, where's your mind? Where's your attention? Is it in the head or is it in the breath? Now, it's no judgment. Wherever your attention is fine. It's just creating that awareness. Where does your attention go in easy poses? Where does your attention go in challenging poses when you're physically challenged? So just creating that awareness again, allowing yourself to just take a step back in your mind, observing your yoga practice, observing your reactions to the different poses, whether they're comfortable and easy or whether they're uncomfortable and hard. And also just keep in mind, you can come out of any pose at any time. You don't need my permission. And just gently releasing the hands, shaking it out. Gently coming onto all fours and then just slowly releasing the toes. Some gentle movements there to release. Now you might just want to do some gentle movements, or you might want to just hit the top of the feet into the mat to release a little bit further. So whatever you need this morning. Maybe circling the ankles one direction, then the other. And then from here, we're going to come into pigeon pose. So bending the right knee towards the right wrist, and then walking the right toes over to the left side of the mat. Tucking the left toes under, walking that left foot a little bit further down the mat. So coming into your pigeon, making sure that your hips are square. And just resting on your fingertips. And then as you inhale, we're just going to lengthen, engage the pelvic floor, and just lengthen a little the spine a little bit upwards, tucking the tailbone, really engaging both legs, rolling the shoulders back and down, chin to the chest. Now, you might just want to stay here, or if you feel like you got the engagement enough in the pelvic floor, as you inhale next, you can lift the arms and place them in front of the shoulders, palms facing forwards. So you really need to have that nice engagement in the pelvic floor to do that. Now you can stay, or you can interlock the hands behind your lower back. And as you inhale, just opening the heart, maybe looking up. So coming into a bit of a back bend, heart opener here. Next inhale, arms back to the front of the shoulders. And then as you exhale, lowering the hands back down to the floor And then easing yourself into your down dog. So coming down to your forearms, maybe resting the forehead on two fists, or coming all the way down to the floor, resting the forehead on the mat. So again, just coming into your variation of this pose, making sure that you're finding the best variation for your physical structure. So if that means you need to give yourself a little bit of support with a cushion or a block, then please do that. Just staying with your breath as you come to stillness in the pose. Just staying with your breath, being fully aware of breathing in as you're inhaling. And being fully aware of breathing out as you're exhaling. And maybe even being in a slight pause between the end of the exhale and the beginning of the inhale. And again, maybe a slight pause between the end of the inhale before you start your exhale. And again, just allowing your breath to go wherever it's needed. What part of the body is calling out the loudest to you right now? Usually that's the part that's a little bit uncomfortable, tight, achy. So by allowing your attention to go there, as you inhale, imagine creating a bit of space there. And as you exhale, maybe there's a deeper surrender into that tight spot. Or maybe not. It's also fine if you can't find that release at all. Just working with whatever's there for you. Now on your next inhale, I'm going to place the palms a little bit closer towards you and then push yourself back up. And then from here, just grabbing hold behind the left knee, pulling the foot forwards and then setting it up for pigeon on the other side. So left knee to the left side of the mat, left foot towards the right side of the mat, and then straightening the right leg out behind you. Now you might need to adjust that angle in the left knee slightly. Just shuffling the right foot further back. You can feel that opening, not just in the left hip, but also maybe in front of the right hip. Squaring the hips, just coming onto your fingertips, and again, engaging your pelvic floor, just gentle tuck of the tailbone. As you inhale, just lifting the spine upwards, rolling the shoulders back. Staying with your breath. Now again, you can choose to stay here, or as you inhale next, lift the hands in front of the shoulders, resting the shoulders back and down, elbows down. And again, you can stay, or you can interlock the hands, this time the opposite thumb on top as you interlock the hands. And as you inhale, reaching the arms backwards, at the same time getting that nice juicy opening in the chest and the heart, maybe looking up. And the next inhale, hands back in front of the shoulders. And then as you exhale, releasing the hands back down to the floor. And then easing yourself into your pigeon on the left side. So whether you're resting on your forearms, creating a bit of support by placing the fists on top of each other, resting your forehead on the fists, or if you come all the way down to the floor, it doesn't matter. Maybe even you're resting your forehead on a block. So again, just finding the best variation in this pose for your physical body, for yourself this morning. So it might be a little bit different than it was yesterday or last time you practiced a pigeon pose. So maybe you can practice with the feeling or the sensation of going as if you're going into this pose for the first time. Just noticing how's the left hip compared to the right. What's going on in that left hip? Is it nice, soft and open, or is it tight? Is it a little bit achy or uncomfortable? So whatever the state of the physical body, just taking that step back in your mind, just noticing what's going on the physical plane. And if there's any thoughts or emotions coming up as a result of what's going on the physical plane. So whatever's coming up for you, you have an opportunity in this process to just release and flush out and cleanse. So the yoga mat is like a microcosmos. It sort of gives you the opportunity to mirror real life situations where you're challenged with emotions and thoughts coming up. So the same thing in a yoga pose. Whatever yoga pose you're in, different emotions and thoughts might come up. And it's a safe place to allow that to just transform any thoughts or emotions or release. And then on your next inhale, gently placing the palms back to the floor, pushing yourself back up and out of your pigeon pose. Grabbing hold behind the right knee, pulling it forwards. And from here, we're going to straighten the legs out in front. Just releasing the flesh from the seat bones, pushing the heels away from you, pulling the toes back towards you. Just resting the hands on your thighs or the sides of your hips. Or if you find that you're collapsing a little bit in the lower back, just placing them a little bit behind so you can have that nice length of the spine. Shoulders back and down, chin to the chest. And then on your next exhale, we're going to tuck the tailbone down and under, round the upper back, reach your arms out in front. And as you exhale, gently lowering yourself down onto your back. And just before you touch the floor, just hovering there for a moment, really engaging your core. Now if your lower back's sore, bend your knees. And releasing down to the floor. Feet wide, arms out wide if you've got the space. Just tucking the tailbone away from you and up just to lengthen the lumbar spine. Shuffling the shoulders a little bit closer to each other at the back of the body. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And flushing it out through the mouth. And then on your next inhale, going to pull the right knee to the chest. Grab hold of that right knee with the left hand, right arm shoulder height along the floor. And then as you exhale next, pulling that right knee over to the left, coming into a laying twist. Now just start by looking straight up to the ceiling and see if you can lift that left shoulder up a little bit so that the right shoulder can rest firmly on the floor. Now if it's okay for your neck, you can turn your head looking towards the right hand. Again, the breath is a good indicator whether you've gone too far or too deep into the twist. So just making sure that you can feel the breath in your belly as an expansion when you inhale. And there's a contraction as you exhale, maybe deepening the pose every exhale. Maybe you have some variations with the legs that you like to do in this pose as well. You're welcome to. And then on your next inhale, coming back to center, straightening the right leg along the floor. And just tuning in to the left and the right side of the body. Just noticing how the right side feels compared to the left. Taking a deep breath in through the nose when you're ready, and releasing through the mouth if you like. Next inhale, left, bending that left knee towards the chest, grabbing hold of the knee with your right hand. Left arm shoulder height along the floor, and as you exhale, pulling that left knee over to the right. Again, just keep staring to the ceiling and just have a gentle lift of the right shoulder so you can square your shoulders so that the left shoulder can rest firmly on the floor. And again, you can stay, or if it's okay for your neck, you can turn your head looking towards your left hand. Is there anywhere in the body, in this pose, that you can allow your breath to go and soften a little bit more? Now, next inhale, coming back to center, straightening the left leg along the floor. And again, just tuning into the left and the right side. How does the left feel compared to the right now? Maybe it's more evened out, maybe it's more balanced, or maybe something else is there for you. Our next inhale, just pulling both knees to the chest, and then lifting the head to the knees, giving yourself a real good embrace here for all the efforts put in on the mat this morning. And then gently releasing the legs, the arms, and then setting yourself up for the final pose of the class, Shavasana, the final resting pose. Now, if you can, maybe come into a bit of a star shape, so feet wide apart, hands out to the side, or maybe even up over the head. Just tucking that tailbone down and rounding it up, just so you can lengthen the lower part of the spine, creating some space there. Shuffling the shoulders a little bit closer to open the heart, and then gently tuck of the chin to the chest to lengthen the neck. Give yourself any support that you need. If you got pillows under the knees or under the head, or maybe an eye pillow, or if you don't have anything handy, that's also fine. Just closing the eyes, just tuning into the breath. So in this final resting pose, just really giving the body the opportunity to reap all the rewards for your efforts put into your practice today. So all the processes that the different yoga poses start, through the rest, you allow all those processes to be integrated. So through the rest is where you get the potency, the full potency of your yoga class. And just to help you deepen that rest a little bit, I'm going to go through a bit of a body scan with you as you're here on the mat. So wherever you have your attention, whatever part of the body tuning your attention into, just imagine that part of the body softening a little bit more. Maybe that gives a bit of more room for release in a part of the body that's achy or a bit tight. So bringing your attention to the back of the head and just gently push the back of the head a little bit down into the floor. And then release it gently, and maybe that allows for a deeper relaxation of the back of the head. And then turning your attention to the top of the head, into the ears, the temples, and the forehead, the eyebrows, and the point between the eyebrows, the third eye, the eyes, the area around the eyes, the nose, the cheekbones, and the cheeks, the tip of the nose, the upper lip, the lower lip, the tongue, and clenching the teeth, softening the jaw, the chin, and the throat, and the neck. Becoming aware of your whole head and neck region. Perhaps allowing it to rest a little bit deeper. And then bringing your attention to the fingertips on your right hand. Right palm of the hand, back of the hand, right wrist, all the way up to your right elbow, right shoulder, right shoulder blade, right side of the rib cage, the chest, the right armpit, and all the way down to your right hip. Right buttock, right side of the pelvis, right thigh, knee, shin and calf, right ankle, top of the right foot, right heel, sole of the right foot, and all the 5 toes on your right foot. Just becoming aware of the whole right side of your body. Perhaps allowing for a deeper rest. And then bringing your attention to the fingertips on your left hand, left palm of the hand, back of the hand, left wrist, all the way up to your left elbow, left shoulder blade, left side of the rib cage, the chest, and the left armpit, all the way down to your left hip, left buttock, left side of the pelvis, left thigh, knee, shin and calf, left ankle, top of the foot, left heel, sole of the foot, and all the 5 toes on your left foot. Just becoming aware of the whole left side of your body. Perhaps allowing for a deeper surrender. And then becoming aware of the whole body, the head, the arms, the torso, and the legs, all as one. Whole body just resting on the mat, being held by the mat, being supported and nourished by the mat and your yoga practice. And just quite softly taking a few deeper breaths, just allowing for a bit more movement in the chest cavity. And gentle movements with the fingers and the toes, maybe circling the ankles and the wrists. So by these small gentle movements, just allowing yourself to ease back into your waking life. Maybe reaching the arms over the head as you inhale next. Stretching. As if you're waking up for the first time. Maybe pulling the knees to the chest. And then in your own time, just rolling over to your right, just resting on your right side for a few breaths. And then in your own time, just easing your way up to a comfortable meditation seat to finish the practice this morning. Keeping the eyes closed if that's okay, or if you prefer to have them half open, just gazing on a point on the floor, that's also fine. Just becoming aware again of your breath. Just a natural breath. Just noticing the quality. What's the quality of your natural breath now at the end of the class? What's the quality of any thoughts present? And what's the quality of any emotions present? And then gently placing your left hand over your heart and then the right hand over the left. And then I invite you to think of one thing that you're grateful for right now or in your life as a general. Might be big or small. Maybe it's even just the ability to take a few deep breaths. So whatever it is for you, just repeating it inside 3 times in silence. Just really cementing that gratitude this morning. And placing the palms together. Palms just resting in the heart space. I'm just going to seal off the practice with one Om. So you can choose to tune in or just listen in. Taking a deep breath to start. Thumbs to the forehead, just bowing the head slightly. Namaste.